Okay, so I forget how I came across it. I think it was through like a link in the comments section of one of my videos. But there's this guy on YouTube named Golden Fox. He does MLP reviews. He did a review of the episode, Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep? Feat some girl named Keyframe. As you can see here, it's a half-hour long, so let's dig into this. What's up with that little golden fox I assume you have there? Why is it shaped like a U? Does it have feet? Is it just forced to stare at its tail its entire life? Also, a little advice, you might want to turn down your volume in a really short minute. Like, within the next about 20 seconds. This is some pretty calm, relaxing music. Yeah, about here's where you want to turn it down. You know, just because you put a quote in the beginning of something doesn't by default make it important. Also, this quote doesn't even make any sense. We all must suffer one of two things. Then he lists three things: the pain of discipline, regret, and disappointment. This quote just goes on for way too long. We could read it in that time, Golden Fox. And by the way, this is your last chance. You didn't, did you?
Why must I be aggressive over everything?
I don't know.
Why must I deal with defeat by judgment?
Why are you asking me?
Why can't I be how I choose to be?
I have no clue what you just said.
I'm not good enough for this world. Who am I supposed to be?
Golden Fox, I guess? Also, just a little advice. Stop with the echo sound effect. You know, the sound effect where it sounds like you're speaking twice? He does it here, and he does it a lot throughout the video. I know it's supposed to sound dramatic, but it sounds annoying. And the loud as heck music isn't helping the cause either.
Make it stop! Make it stop!
Okay, I guess.
Gold Blaze Phoenix! You finally get the nerve to ask me out on an actual date. Then you make me wait hours at the cafe, only for you to not show up!
Dun dun dun!
I'm going to kick your feather-covered...
Good morning, Key. What time is our date?
Good morning.
That's not a time.
Fox, it's like 9 in the evening.
What? Wow, the sky sure is dark.
Why were you masturbating while saying that? Seriously, look at the way his leg was moving.
Wow, the sky sure is dark.
Or what else is it? Is he just have a twitch all of a sudden? Is he kicking something? What is it? The thing that annoys me is I know it took conscious effort to animate that. And I don't know why. It even animated it.
Woof. For the
You became a dog?
love of pastel butts, Goldie.
What? Also, love how the Super Nintendo game in the background came out in 2015. Seriously, look at the date. It clearly says 2015. I'm nitpicking, I know.
When was the last time you picked up around here?
Yesterday.
Oh, the cleaning mare must be on her day off.
Babe, you don't have a cleaning mare.
Ha 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 ha. Sitcom laugh track.
Oh.
Ha ha ha. More sitcom laugh track. Sitcom credits. Da 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 da. My dreams.
Golden, have you gotten any sleep the past few days?
Oh, yeah. Sleep means keeping your eyes open all the time, right?
Do you just want a sitcom laugh track to accompany every single one of your lines?
Okay, Fox, you're going to go get some rest.
No! I mean, no. I still owe you that date. So how about I get you out of that dress, and we can
Yawn at each other?
Oh, oh, Golden! Why don't you just want to sleep?
Because I can't. They'll start coming back.
They? Hun, are you?
Why did the background go blurry? Like, seriously, is there an actual reason for that?
Having nightmares?
Well, they start
And now it's fine.
as good dreams or good memories, and then they just turn bad.
A dream turning bad, huh?
It turned on you. Dun dun dun!
I think I know what to do. Come on, Goldie. We're gonna do a little look if you and princesses dream of magic sheep. But, let's first get you acquainted with a toothbrush.
Wouldn't the water from the toothbrush, to me, get the toothbrush wet, which is how you usually use a toothbrush, but wouldn't the water from it, or like a sink or something, actually wake him up? Which, considering how what your plan is revealed to be in about a minute, kind of goes against that idea. I don't know. So now I know who to blame for this. I like how the person whose channel this is on only co-wrote it. Is Twilight doing a Nazi salute in that scene? Oh, by the way, Silverquill's busy doing this instead of making after the fact. Thanks, Golden Fox! How do you direct animation?
Key, I don't really think this is necessary.
You mean this skit? Because I agree.
It's just some bad dreams.
Yeah, and these dreams have made you slow on your work, worry about everything, and turn
Wait, when was that shown? Slow on your work, I'll give you, but worry about everything? Is there a scene I missed?
your mind into a pile of mush.
I like how how Keyframe suddenly grew an accent when she said mush.
I think that's exaggerating.
My point has been made.
Hey, maybe there was a gas leak. Get it? Oh god, that was awful.
Now, you're gonna go to sleep. And with this thing, I can go in with you.
Okay, so again, he's around water when you want him to go to sleep. And actively putting water on his face, or at least it will have a good chance of being on his face. So figure out what's going in his mouth. You know what I mean.
And we can see what's been giving you
I like how he's spinning nothing.
all these spooky, scary nightmares.
Spooky, scary nightmares send shivers down your brain.
Hey, how'd you get that from Silver?
Oh, I just asked nicely. With a baseball bat to his face. Now! Sleep.
No, I don't know. I haven't ever slept with a mirror in a bed before.
Wait, when was it established he'd be in a bed with you?
I tend to kick in my sleep, so maybe I should just sleep on the floor. It's much more comfortable, and I
Then why do you have a bed if it's much more comfortable?
could give you more space given how much you have longer legs. It's not that bad.
Did you just hypnotize him?
Dreams, sweet dreams for me. Dreams, sweet dreams for you.
But doesn't that go against your plan if you're trying to figure out what's giving him nightmares?
See, Golden? Was it really that bad?
Better than a baseball bat. Now what
That's debatable.
are we gonna do?
Well, I feel like if we start reviewing the episode, your mind will start working faster, and it may stimulate what's been giving you all these bad dreams.
Episode?
Yeah, the Luna episode. Do princesses dream of magic sheep?
Okay, first off, what's with that high-pitched voice just a cheep? Second off, again, I don't know. That's why I tuned into this video.
Oh yeah, this episode.
By the way, we're about 5 minutes into the half-an-hour video, and the review is just now starting.
Do princesses dream of magic sheep?
I still don't know!
Where do I even start?
At the beginning.
We first have an episode that brings back Luna on full blast of her character, providing several creative callbacks that take a good chunk of the episode, and a moral about how one should learn to forgive themselves. From the start, I loved this episode. Aside from the hype of Luna's return, this episode has so many things to take into consideration, with notable flaws the more I watch it. That's not to say I have a dislike for this episode.
Yeah, you just said you loved it. We got the fact you didn't dislike it.
But the real challenge is the reception. This episode has a heavily divided state. Some people praise it for what it's provided, and others have called it a piece of cancer. As you can imagine, I'm already on the earlier half.
You just said that!
But how well this episode holds up is something I have to be more open-minded to, and not let the hype cloud the facts.
Luna as a character has always intrigued me. For someone who gets so little screen time compared to her other royal peers, she has always seemed to enrapture the hearts of almost every pony, all the way back to her season 1 appearance in the pilot. But why? Well, once you get down to it, she is an intermediate on a spectrum of characterization, between the totally unknown blank slate of a background pony to the fully established characters, like the ones of the main 6. We only know bits and pieces about her as a person, only knowing that she
You mean pony?
has a very tortured past filled with guilt, anger, and betrayal. We as fans started to eat that up, and wanted to fill in the blanks, making our own headcanons onto how Luna adapts to society, restructure her role in the diarchy of Equestria, as well as her own
What the heck is a diarchy?
internal conflicts. The show has helped progress this canon-wise bit by bit, from her gaining a social awkwardness factor in Luna Eclipse, her dreamwalking capabilities and hooves-on method of teaching shown in the CMC Luna trilogy, and now today with this episode, tackling a question that has only been lightly insinuated in the previous episodes. How does Luna feel and cope with her past as Nightmare Moon?
Oh, I thought the question was, do princesses dream of magic sheep, but okay.
I think this episode tackled the issue very well. But to show how it did it, we need to dig into this moon pie.
Sounds good right now.
Just start talking about the episode.
Okay, listen, this joke of, oh, that sounds kind of like a food. Food. Hey, you're being stupid. It's not funny, and it's never going to be funny. I'll give you this, it's slightly better than any joke I saw Vita make, but that's not really much of a compliment, Mr. Golden Fox.
Oh, right. In this episode, Luna awakens by what's a good dream. However, she feels disturbed about it since she normally has nightmares, created by this blob called the Tantibus. Already from the start of the episode, we're given an epic sequence from Luna's dream as we discover something that wasn't explored upon in previous seasons. What's explained, though, is later open in this episode. Until then, it's worth mentioning that Luna's characterization being fleshed out more has always been exciting for me. As Key mentioned, Luna's character has been unknown, but with another reason. Back in Season 1, Lauren Faust originally had plans for Luna episodes, but Hasbro implied that she was once a bad guy and was labeled too scary for kids. So for spans of time, DHX had to work with what they got until they finally got to expose her character more. As for the Tantibus, I can appreciate a villain or a creature creating such devastating nightmares or lack thereof, and it's nice to see how it's made. Again, it's later explained in the episode.
After the intro,
Then, why are you talking about it if you're just going to explain it later?
we see the main 6 giving their pets a spa day at the Carousel Boutique.
I like how Pinkie Pie looked perfectly awake in that scene.
All obviously haggard. They all find out simultaneously that they all had nightmares last night, with
You see what I mean?
the presence of a certain bluish cloud of smoke. Luna arrives promptly to describe the Tantibus to the main 6. And here is where we get the two aspects about the episode that starts the divisiveness among the audience. The pacing and Spike. Let's talk about the pacing first. Even from the beginning, everything felt like a thrill ride, moving from moment to moment at a snap's pace. Now, this does give the plus that there is less filler, and it gets us right to the point of the episode. However, it does have the counter that it's, well, fast. Certain parts, especially in the third act, do feel...
Third act? Third act? third act. Say it with me now, keep saying third act. Third. You hear it? Okay, good.
Like they go by too quickly, and sometimes it feels like the episode was put on 1.5 speed.
That gives me an idea. I'm not gonna do it.
Guess this all goes down to taste, as this is one of the fingerprints of Scott's work. In episodes like Tradia and his parts in the Cutie Map, it works, given how Tradia was a slice of life using the segmented Best Night Ever plot structure, and Cutie Map was a two-parter. So even with a faster pace, there's still ample time to get everything set up and explained. However, with an emotional adventure arc like the one shown here, it can, and possibly did, hamper a lot of the moments if the fast pace isn't your speed. No pun intended.
Just a little tip, by the way, to anyone. If you ever say no pun intended after saying something that kind of sounds like a pun, if you really didn't want a pun there, would you really have kept it in there? Just put no pun intended? Dwelling on it makes it more noticeable. Just saying.
And then there's Spike.
Hey, it's David Washer.
I know a lot of people have different views on what makes his character and what makes his character bad. My pet peeve is when they make him uncharacteristically stupid and or ignorant, a la Spike at your service. Here, though, I think Scott got a good mix of the different writers' interpretations of Spike. We get a bit of the deadpan snarker from Amy's side, as well as the supportive side shown in McCarthy's writing.
Wait, McCarthy? No one told me Joseph McCarthy was working on My Little Pony. All of a sudden, the old Brodies make so much more sense.
And even a touch of the sweet, childlike side from Season 4 Powell. All the while,
Powell to the people, unless McCarthy's involved.
giving him his own twist. Yeah, he can be a bit of a flank hole, like
What the heck is a flank?
any other kid. But he still at the end of the day cares about his friends and wants to be part of the solution. Especially if it means dreaming big.
It is true that the episode moves at a light speed. There's nothing wrong with getting at one point to another, but if it moves too fast, you can either miss something in your work or not allow the audience to calm down a little. This was similar to Magical Mystery Cure. The only exception, though, is that this episode provides a lot more of a single plot than what looks like cramming 2 episodes as one. As for the other aspects, that is Spike, I should first be honest and say that I don't like it when Spike is coming off snarky and sarcastic. His likability dips down as if the writers want to find an excuse to pull out of their asses to torture him like they did in Season 4.
Golden, are you alright?
Okay, stop with the close-ups.
Stupid. How did you come to that conclusion?
Golden! Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
The world started getting redder when you were getting mad.
It was already red.
I think you were starting to stimulate whatever was changing your dreams.
Okay, show of hands. How many people at this point in the video did not figure out it was the Tantibus? Okay, good. It was the Tantibus. Okay, maybe it's only coincidental that the one episode that had to do with dreams and nightmares that had this creature called the Tantibus is being reviewed in a video where the main storyline's about nightmares. But hey, it isn't, as I just revealed about a minute ago.
But it's not enough. Let's keep going with the review. Maybe the more we do, the more whatever this thing is, we'll do.
Okay.
Don't you want him to not do things, though? Considering how he's turning Golden Fox's dreams into nightmares, which is the whole problem that caused him to not sleep to begin with, which is why you're in his dreams, which is why this plot makes no sense.
Luna and the other main 6 gather together at Twilight's castle that night as a slumber party, with the main 6 rounded up in their sleep. Luna goes to infiltrate their dreams to take on the Tantibus, each of which resemble of what their motives are or what their hobbies are. Rarity's dream is a set of flying dresses, which makes sense to me, as some of them come to life by the Tantibus to torment her. Am I the only one who's thinking of a Fantasia skit with this one?
Yes.
The next is Pinkie Pie, who's able to jump the 4th wall. Nice, DHX. Applejack's dream is on apples and a nice callback to bats, as Twilight...
Stop the fox. Stop the fox. We will use Lego blocks. I don't know.
Violet's love for books makes a nice callback to her character in her library from the previous seasons.
Now, what I find interesting about the dream sequences is not just the creativeness of the concept, being Luna's dream walking spell, and the legitimately exciting action scenes, but also how the Tantibus creates the dreams into nightmares. Given that
Wait, was that static electricity on Fluttershy's hair?
the Tantibus is, at its root, a psychological manifestation. The Tantibus, and in turn the animators, use, except in AJ's dream, the psychological phenomenon of pareidolia, where the mind creates an illusion of a certain pattern, like for example, faces, in inanimate objects. It's like a more terrifying version of the Blue Umbrella, or a less scary version of Monster House.
'Cause it's the Monster House. And it's at the Graveyard Mouse. Monster House.
Hell, pareidolia is the whole reason why the concept of the Mare of the Moon design exists, given that it's based off the real pareidolia of the man, or rabbit, in the moon. It gives the designers a lot to work with, and overall gives us some nice imagery. Though, honestly, I prefer the unsettling psychological horror attempts of the cutie map compared to the visual attempts done here.
Key has a good point on the psychological aspect of what this episode provides, though if there's any complaint on one's individual dream, it is Rainbow Dash's. In her dream, she's fighting off changelings. To its credibility, it's a fun way of how you can dream of something even if it involves your inflated ego. But then Dash's nightmares appears.
We are such happy flowers. We will now sing for hours. Aren't we unbearably cute? Watch me solo on jazz flute.
Oh, jizz. That sounds like something a French person would say. Clearly, it's only French flowers Rainbow Dash has an issue with.
Everything is all peaches and cream with living flowers. Now, I didn't have that much of a problem at first because of the subversion of what the other characters' nightmares were portrayed as, but then I started cringing at what's missing on Dash's character. Dash may be in for something more action-based and exciting, but isn't she friends with Fluttershy? The one who wouldn't mind such kindness
Did you just play Twilight Zone music?
around her? What's being presented here almost feels dismissive by overplaying Dash's tomboyish personality.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Twilight music you have in the back, or Twilight Zone music you have in the background.
It also doesn't help when her arc of joining the Wonderbolts was collapsing, no thanks to Rainbow.
And there's the echo!
Fuck.
You know, it's obvious he's in some sort of pain, like being punched, and I'm just thinking, I wonder what's punching him. Maybe it's psychological, or maybe it's the invisible hand of the free market. Because Joseph McCarthy is actually using this, the invisible hand, to punch people in the face. Because that's how capitalism works. I'm stretching for a joke here.
God, I can't take it here. I can't take it.
Oh yeah, you didn't know? You see, Joseph McCarthy disguised himself as Megan McCarthy and started writing on My Little Pony.
Golden, it's okay, it's okay.
It looks like the pain he's in is making it very not okay.
I'm right here.
I'm sorry to have put you through this. God, it hurts.
It's okay, Golden.
That's what capitalism does to you, man.
I'm willing to do anything for you.
Anything. God, I can't even do that.
And it seems whatever it is doesn't particularly like that. We need to keep going, though, if we're going to get to the bottom of all this. So they all wake up, with Luna informing them that she couldn't defeat the Tantibus in their dreams. And Pinkie also informing she had a dream with all of Ponyville in it. I would question it if it weren't for the fact that we all dream of people we've seen before.
Oh. Well, that makes my dreams kind of weird.
And, well, it's Pinkie. She knows everyone from here to Canterlot High.
I was gonna be in Canterlot until I got high.
This leads Luna to connecting everyone in Ponyville's dream together in one joint plane. And here we get how to do references in a normal episode 101.
Okay, stop with the movement.
Seriously, I have no problems with the references in the dream sequence here. It didn't overtake the plot, and were used instead to move along the stories and actions, along with giving at least some of the townsfolk an actual hooves-on role.
Hooves on? I don't think I've heard that phrase on. I've never heard the phrase hands-on role either, so it's not like one of those things. Like, hooves on teaching was at the beginning of the review, and now I'm just confused.
If callbacks up the wazoo to boost. Now, a lot of people would point out how strange it is that Rainbow and Applejack would dream up their power pony personas of all things to stop the Tantibus, along with the implementation of Night Spike and Flutterbat. But I personally think it's actually pretty smart. They remember these moments of power and use it to their advantage. Dreams are not always just random, strange occurrences. They can be flashbacks or memories of real life or past dreams. And then implementing those dreams into a lucid dream was just a nice touch. Also, Spike riding on top of a giant ditzy-doo is
Isn't that pony's name Derpy or something like that?
just full of awesome sauce. I can't help but love it!
That's not a good thing! For that matter, since you're sleeping on Golden Fox, can't believe I didn't make a joke about that earlier, wouldn't that mean that you're gonna vomit onto him, which would wake both of you? Okay, now I'm overanalyzing.
To mention Dreaming the Impossible as shown by Big Mac. There were hints in the series that Big Mac had a bit of one thing or two of something that was, well, not up to the standard of a stallion. And that I was okay with. For personal reasons, but
You're slowly turning into Toon Critic.
that's beyond the point. In this episode, Big Mac
Oh, what, you morphing into Toon Critic isn't at all interesting? Seriously, look at that. And...
with
Am I the only one who's not reminded of Toon Critic by that? I guess I'm the only one who is. Seriously, look at it.
this episode, Big Mac has a unicorn horn and embraces it to the point of referencing Sailor Moon.
It's the one named Big Mac.
I'll be honest and say that it was strange at first watching him doing that, but when narrowing everything down, Big Mac is often a sweet person, and the feminine attributes that he's been under is actually quite adorable.
Oh my god, it's so adorable! Oh my god!
As Key said, it's also put to an advantage on what everyone must do by their desires, along with Filthy Rich and his power of bits, and Scootaloo growing massive wings to
Cause Scootaloo believed she could fly. She believed she could touch the sky.
form giant gusts. However, it is of no use. The Tantipus grows bigger and stronger, attempting to literally cut its way to reality.
Am I crazy, or did it just get even bigger after
Both.
Luna said that?
I think it's feeding off your guilt, Princess Luna! If that is so, then perhaps that is how it grew strong enough to escape in the first place! Say what now? I created the Tantibus to give myself the same nightmare every night. To punish myself for the evil I caused as Nightmare Moon.
But why would you do that?
To make sure I never forgave myself for how much Equestria suffered because of me. But it seems I have not learned my lesson. For now I have only made you suffer more.
This stems back to her characterization. For the longest time, Luna has created the Tantipus
For the longest time.
to create nightmares of her past actions and punish herself, never forgiving what she's done. Think of this over, it's very extreme, even by cartoon standards, to put yourself under this line of thinking. However, this is something I find rather morally powerful in that regard. One of the major things to point out too is how a story or a conflict can impact someone.
Okay, this may be a random note, but what the heck is the song in the background? It sounds like a Christmas carol. It is a Christmas carol.
What they experience in a story is whether a movie or a book or an episode of the show is also something they can think about and take a lesson off of. Which is why I'm heavily fixated on morals, especially how much I ranted on what AJ said in Super Speedy.
For the record, I have no clue what AJ said in Super Speedy. I have no clue what he ranted on, and I really don't want to.
What this episode carries is actually something I've noticed personally in life. Throughout the entire runtime of the show, Luna has been regretful of her past actions, as well as fearing what everyone else thinks of her. However, she immediately accepted and forgave herself, thus holding back the Tantipus and moving back into Luna herself. While it's admittedly rushed, this is something I can take for granted because it shows how one person can learn to forgive themselves. Myself included, there have been
I like to think Misanthropony up there is actively reflecting my thoughts watching this video. Seriously, that's my exact face right now.
number of people who have been hard on themselves from what past actions they've had, and it's been difficult to move on. It isn't simple, but it's something worth thinking about and what you can do to better yourself. Her regret is relatable on such a high level that even with the small amount of screen time, I immediately connect with her as well as the majority of the fan base who admired Luna for who she is. She's a character who looks for redemption. However, with that said, this episode received a lot of hatred by some people, some of which have claimed her character was contradictory by her actions with the CMC, provided how
Who claimed that?
calm and collective she's presented herself. Another is the moral itself. Some people have taken the context of the moral and blew it into such ridiculous hyperbole it actually hurts.
Again, who's doing this, Golden Fox? Seriously, who is?
Come out and say that I love the episode's moral because I can connect with having regretfully past actions, and it's true that you have to learn to forgive yourself. It's been a challenge for me as well as many others, even with some anxiety. But when
even with some anxiety, wouldn't that make it worse, not better? Why'd you say even with? For that matter, what's with this background? Why are there Mario cactuses and then Pride Rock? Seriously.
something as important of a message gets blown out of context, that's where it draws the line and it personally pisses me off. I've been judged, I've been pushed around since childhood, and it doesn't help when morals that I have taken into account
And then he does the echo again!
are ruined by someone else's judgment, that it forces me into a severe condition that I have to question the meaning of myself.
The free market's got him again! Also back where we started. I still don't know after 20 minutes. By the way, this last 10 minutes is when I decided I had to commentate on this video. Yep.
Why must I deal with defeat by judgment? Why can't I be able to choose defeat? Am I not good enough for this world?
Okay, what's with the little beeping noise? Whatever it is, it's really, really annoying.
Who am I supposed to be? Why do I answer? What? Make it stop!
Are you being abducted by a UFO?
Make it stop!
Golden, I'm coming!
I'm sorry to put you.
What is that? What happened to your eye? Seriously, look at that.
I'm sorry.
What's with your eye there? What does it look like? Come on. Is it supposed to look like a blade? It's literally the only thing I could think of.
Put all of this keyframe. I'm sorry for everything.
These scenes were quite
And I like how your scars leave from scene to scene. Like, let me show you what I mean.
I'm
Scars.
sorry for everything.
No scars.
scenes were quite
And then he had scars again. Kaboom!
Golden! Golden!
He's crying in an egg?
Goldie!
Get away. Get away. I'm not good enough.
You're not good enough.
They'll never forgive
They'll
me.
never forgive you.
Golden!
You'll never forgive you. Is that what the voice said?
I know what that thing is!
It's a tantabus!
It's... You!
As the tantabus.
Can't forgive yourself. You don't think you're good enough. You're
We just got that.
filled with this guilt and anxiety from everything you've gone through. Like Luna.
Oh, you see, it's just a coincidence that the one episode that connects with this plot so perfectly is the one you decided to review while doing this plot.
Then why can't I forgive myself and just be over it like her?
And you have to use that echo.
Because she didn't just get over it.
What?
I want you
She said, oh, who am I kidding? You can't understand her over the echo!
to look at this scene again, where the Tantabus shrinks in size. It doesn't just disappear, it goes inside of her. The Tantabus did not cease existing. It just became what it always was. A part of her. The Tantabus is like depression or anxiety. It can never be truly destroyed or cured.
Okay, why did you decide to lower the quality for this scene? Am I the only one who's noticing that?
We have to carry our own Tantabus inside of us every day. But what Luna did here was not destroy it, but learn from it. She took the first step.
Okay, seriously, with all these lights, isn't it something you want to lower the quality of?
She needed to forgive herself and accept that she is not the Luna she was over a millennia ago. She will not forget who she was, though. And there will probably be days where she will feel guilt for her past actions. Just like we all do.
You know, I'm just wondering, how much of this dialogue do you think Keyframe stole from a self-help book?
But with the first step she took at the end, she can sleep peacefully, knowing that she did not let it overtake her.
Yeah, you stole this dialogue from a self-help book.
Become her. It's like what was said in Philly Vanilli. Baby steps.
Then you take those steps and you realize 10 minutes later you're in the same place. Oh, you meant metaphorically.
Yes, the presentation was rushed. Oh,
Rushed?
so rushed. Coming from someone who continues to battle with depression.
Again, the low quality. Why are you doing this?
I could say that a topic like this cannot often be presented with the best of its abilities in a 22-minute time frame, but the detail they had at this moment shows that there's more thought than meets the eye.
More than meets this episode. More than meets the eye.
Golden, you can never make what you did in the past go away. But the fact you do regret your actions, the fact you try to get better, shows that you're not the person you were before.
And this echo is helping me explain that point somehow.
Ponies have told you that. I have told you that. We can see the change, and we've begun to forgive you. But you need to take the first step and start to forgive yourself. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Well, it's impossible not to, considering how we both know what you stole this from. Give you a hint. It's a book for people who need to help themselves. Or maybe you stole it from a seminar, who knows. Or maybe you just stole it from a fortune cookie.
Yes, I do. But for once, I had a lesson given that I could take. And yet it was broken in so many ways. How do I know what other ponies think of me? What if I'm discarded for what lesson I took? I've been judged my whole life and I couldn't fight it off.
I can't lie to you, Foxy. Some people will do what you fear they will do. Ponies will judge you.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I'm judging you based off the content of your videos. And not going well, Golden Fox. Sorry.
Just like they judge me and everyone else. But we need that judgment. We need those second thoughts. What's the fun about having just one opinion rule them all?
Huh? Let's just, I have one rebuttal to that. Ha! 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 One opinion ruling them all is never a good thing, kids. Look at the comment section of this Golden Fox video to hear all about that. Sorry. Let's get this done.
Fox, there are going to be people that agree with you, people that disagree, people who want to...
What do you think the Tantabus is just doing in the background staring onto this? You know, shouldn't he be attacking or something? Good thing he's not nice enough to stop giving Golden Fox nightmares, but he is nice enough to let Ephrom give that little fortune cookie speech.
Debate, and people who want to hate. But to live in fear of what could happen will just lead to... well, all this! Babe, there is a reason opinions are the antithesis of facts. Opinions are never completely wrong, nor are they completely right. They are just there, there to discuss and have. And my opinion, the viewer's opinion, and...
Okay, why were your legs so tall back then? Why are your legs so tall in general? Also, hi Anna E. Good to see you again.
any pony else's opinions has just as much right to be expressed as yours. I know it's scary, dear, but hey, we're reviewers. It's what we do, right?
Yeah. I'm fine with people who agree or disagree. It's what makes everything worth talking about.
Should I show you the comments again and remind you how many opinions I saw?
But I've dealt with being harassed and taken down for when I was younger, and because I always feared that. After how I acted back in season 4, I somehow made the same mistake from them when I was a young colt.
Okay, first off, what's a coal? Second off, I like how the water isn't moving at all. Just saying, you don't have to put tears if you can't actually animate tears.
It isn't easy for me to confront with it. Not alone.
Well, Foxy,
You see, your cheek's vibrating, so I know you can at least do some decent animation. Why'd have the tears?
you're not alone anymore. Heck, you've never been alone.
Listen to me from my armchair. Hey, I've read some fortune cookies in my day. That's pretty much the same thing as having a PhD in knowing everything.
I never wanted to hurt you, and I'm glad that our disagreements came to a mature conclusion.
Success has been and continues to be defined.
Just because the guy he plays kind of sound like Alex Jones. Also, again with the close-ups.
As getting up one more time than you've been up.
Stop with the close-ups.
It's good to be helping.
I could use the help I need. Ephrom, I love you.
Oh god, it was kind of stupid of me to not attack for so long.
Get the fuck back inside me.
Okay, so just maybe they look kind of layered wrong. Like, it's clear they should be walking past each other, not going inside of each other. Maybe this thing would have worked better if you showed it from, like, a different point of view.
I think it's time to wake up.
Wait, where did the little head straps go? Like, seriously, did you have head straps on or something?
God, felt like I slept for a year.
Well, it felt like you slept for 25 minutes to me.
Tell me about it.
Okay. Not much to tell you about.
Overall, though,
I like how, even in your 30-minute video, it goes from 9 p.m. at night to, what, 6 a.m.? At least, considering how the sun's up? Or does Equestria work on alternative time, where the sun's up at 9:30 in the evening? It must be hard to get to sleep then.
what did you think of the episode?
While it does have its faults, I loved it. It's fun, it's creative, it's imaginative. It has something for everyone.
I'm gonna whisper it to you.
And it's open for such entertainment on behalf of slumber. And in a way, it makes sleeping exciting as well as knowing yourself a bit better.
I legitimately have no clue what the last thing he said was. I heard exciting to go to sleeping, then
I agree. This is probably tied with Sweetie Belle Toils as my favorite Luna episode. There will
So wait, he has the asleep voice, but Keyframe doesn't?
be parts that make you laugh, parts that'll make you cry, and parts that'll make you think. I think Scott
You know, I thought a lot while watching this video. Mainly, why do people like this so much?
did a great job with characters he's never touched so heavily before, especially Luna. And while I feel like it could have been moved a bit slower, and some parts can seem too clean cut for such a touchy topic, I think it was a wonderful episode to have as a mid-season finale. Well, Golden, I'm glad I can help you out, but I should probably return this dream thing back to Silver and,
You know, babe, I still owe you that date, don't I? I'll take that as a yes.
I think you should take that as I'm trying to hypnotize you again so you'll get out.
This is Keyframe and Golden Fox. I'm gonna look at point A, point B, and everything in between up to Princess's dream of magic shape.
hey, that's my line.
I don't want to know. Good thing you cut it off there, then it would get kinda awkward. Good, I thought this was only the beginning. So now let's figure out who to blame for this. Some actually pretty decent music. Okay, so our list is currently up to 4 people. Wait, why did he go from sleeping in a bed to sleeping on a cloud? For that matter, if I remember the show correctly, couldn't only Pegasus sleep on the cloud? And then, from the looks of it, I don't think you're a Pegasus, Golden Fox, so I mean, I could be wrong on that. I haven't watched the show in a few years, but just saying. Oh god, I'm supposed to count all that? Screw it, that's too many people to blame. Super Mario Productions. Candid Canned. I knew it! That's how winners are made. Okay, so you stole this from a speech by someone else. I was wrong the entire time. I like how most of the music can be composed by someone named Two Steps from Hell. It's funny, because, well, I think you know where I'm going with this joke. Blues Clues Productions was in on this too. Is anything going to happen? Like, is it just... Oh, you're gonna plug your other videos. Of course you do! Including your Patreon! How many subs do you... Okay, so you aren't letting me see your sub count. Oh, 20K. How? Keep in mind, I read on TV Tropes this is his best work. See how much he's getting for his... Yeah, he's gonna make me go back. Let's see how much he's getting for this. Okay. Okay, let's see. Golden Fox is creating episodic reviews of MLP along with other online content. Then why do you specifically factor on MLP? $51 per month. Okay, good. Let's see what he's giving us. Hey, if you donate $100, he'll review more things. No. If he reviews if you give him $200, he'll review even more things. If you give him $300, he's gonna review even more things. You give him $500, he's gonna review another thing. You give him $700, he'll review something that Mr. Enter already reviewed. For that matter, this one was already done by, I think it's like Mystery Brony Theater 4000. I remember them being funny. If you get $1, you get a Hobo Classic. Get $3, you get a Hobo Classic with fries. $5, you get a pre-recorded video just for you. $10, you will gain progress in a process of this guy. $20, you get to talk to him. $25, he'll review something else. Why do people give this guy money? But that was it. Like how Chaos Servant 12345, creative name by the way, had to make it all about Lily Pete. As if he knew. And of course they gotta insult Guardrig because she said something mean towards Josh. Because, of course, Josh is completely perfect. If you dare insult Josh, that's blasphemy, which the Old Testament's completely against. Plus, we all know guard break isn't the worst glass of water. What do freedom fighters fight was worse? Mainly because it sounded like she was really, really bored in that one. Where'd you find this, the Wilsonator? Get it? Thespio. What the heck is a Thespio? Apparently he's a rapper. Maybe I'll do a video on that if I hate myself. Apparently he's also a nice guy and a douchebag. I wasn't aware he could be both. The Wilsonator? The Wilsonator? My mind is literally nowhere right now. Like the little groan after Lily Pete's name, by the way. It's funny, because I remember being linked to this via a Lily Pete video I made. The world is funny sometimes. Also, I like how he claims there was controversy around the episode, but ignores the controversy around the TARDIS. Well, he's clearly aware of it, or Tantabus, or whatever it was. Clearly aware of it, considering how he's aware of Lily Pete's video on it. Ha ha. Ha ha. I don't want to know where your mind is. Just... Actually, I'm curious, was there? How dare someone be critical of something I like? The mind of a Golden Fox fan. Again, twice. What the? That makes a lot more sense than communist. Should I even bother? Should I even bother just dignifying this guy's existence? Oh, you. Everyone's favorite E4B fan. I don't know what gender you are. Also, look at what he's mentioning. Because remember, the Bronalysis community cannot go a minute without insulting Lily Pete. She's gonna help the face. This is actually better than the actual review. I mean, it's still awful in every way. But still, I'm just going to keep going through these until I give up. Wait. I remember you. Saw you comment on a few videos. You know, I was actually thinking about saying that, Mr. Rainbow Ride. A girl I don't... Bravo, Liberala Shifa. Is that Muslim? I think that's Muslim. Yes, they're being reborn to the Lord Josh Scorcher. I couldn't resist. How many comments are there on this video? Don't say bad words. Don't tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to do. What? Golden Fox. I like this. Okay, how many Oh. You know, we've masked about 100 or 200-ish. Let's see, how many of them mentioned Lily Pete? 3. Oh. I could just sit here going through comments all day. I might dedicate a separate video to that if you guys are interested. Like, this has been going on. Oh god, almost an hour. To my one friend. This is what I find entertaining. I cry every time. Seba Pell. Also, remember the power of different opinions. I can count all the different opinions here. 1. And it was, this is beautiful, guys. This is great. Now, granted, I'm going to be nice and assume it wasn't Golden Fox filtering comments and was more just the fans not understanding it. You see right here, 55 likes, 0 dislikes. There's now 1 dislike. Oh, let's see how many likes there are now. Got 1,116 likes to 9 dislikes. You know, I'm Cifro Joe. I take you through point A to B to C to D to E to F to G to H to I don't know anymore. Good night. This might end up in an audio cutoff, but this is over now.